If you're moving to San Antonio in 2026 and safety is your number one priority, this list is for you. 8 neighborhoods, real crime data, school ratings, price ranges, and the one thing most YouTube lists won't tell you. Number 1 on our list might surprise you, and we're getting after it right now. If you're relocating to San Antonio and want a personalized neighborhood recommendation based on your budget and priorities, the link is in the description. Let's get to it. Neighborhood number 1, Terrell Hills. Tucked inside Loop 410 just northeast of downtown, one of the most consistently safe, stable, and desirable zip codes in all of San Antonio. I'm Art Meister with Coldwell banker Harper Realtors, and I've been working in San Antonio real estate for over 20 years. I've helped hundreds of families find the right neighborhood for their situation, and Terrell Hills comes up at the top of almost every list in terms of safety. Terrell Hills is an incorporated city within San Antonio with its own police department, which is part of why crime rates here are exceptionally low. Alamo Heights ISD schools, walkable to the Broadway Cultural Corridor, minutes from the Pearl, and direct access to 281 and 410. Here is an insider tip. If Terrell Hills is above your budget, the 78209 zip code extends into Menke Park and Terrell Heights. You get the same school district and similar safety profile at a meaningfully lower price point. Neighborhood number 2, Alamo Heights. Alamo Heights is widely considered the most prestigious address in San Antonio, and for good reason. Its own incorporated city, its own police force, nationally ranked schools, and a real estate market that holds value through every cycle this city has seen. The Broadway Corridor, Almost Park, and the Pearl are all within minutes. This is where San Antonio's medical professionals, attorneys, and business owners choose to raise their families, and the low crime statistics reflect exactly that community investment. Here's an insider tip. The Alamo Heights ISD boundary is larger than the municipality itself. Check the district boundary map carefully. You may be able to access Alamo Heights School District schools from a home in 78205 or 78212 at a significantly lower price point. Neighborhood number 3, Stone Oak. Stone Oak is where most out-of-state relocating families land, and once you understand why, makes complete sense. Master plan community with resort-style amenities. TPC San Antonio Golf Course is nearby, and some of the highest-rated schools in the Northeast Independent School District. It's also one of the closest high-quality residential neighborhoods to the South Texas Medical Center corridor. If you are a healthcare professional relocating to San Antonio in 2026, Stone Oak and the 78258 zip code should be at the top of your list. Stone Oak's price range of $350,000 to $550,000 puts it squarely in the $200 to $499 demand segment that drove 68% of all San Antonio closings in March of 2026. Inventory moves quickly here. Have a pre-approval in hand before you fall in love with a home. Neighborhood number 4, Boerne. Boerne gives you something the inside the loop neighborhoods can't. Hill country air, genuine small town character, and a lifestyle that feels like a permanent vacation. Boerne ISD is consistently one of the highest rated school districts in the entire state of Texas. Here's the thing about Boerne that most YouTube lists skip. Keep a hoodie in the car, even in the summer. You're at a higher elevation than downtown San Antonio, and the evenings genuinely cool down. Coming from Phoenix or Houston or Florida, this will feel like a gift. Here's an insider tip. The 78015 zip code, Fair Oaks Ranch and Boerne City Limits area give you Boerne ISD schools at a slightly lower price point than the charming downtown 78006 zip code. Both are excellent choices. Are you considering the Hill Country Corridor? Drop Boerne in the comments. Yes, Boerne. I'll tell you what the inventory looks like right now. Neighborhood number 5, Alamo Ranch. Alamo Ranch on San Antonio's far west side is one of the most consistent value stories in San Antonio. Northside ISD, one of the largest and highest rated school districts in Texas. Walkable retail at Alamo Ranch Town Center with H-E-B restaurants and entertainment. It's close to Loop 1604 and Highway 151, and newer construction throughout the community. For families moving to San Antonio in 2026 on a budget that doesn't stretch to Stone Oak or Alamo Heights, Alamo Ranch delivers nearly every lifestyle amenity at 30 to 40% less. That's a real value proposition in any rate environment. Here's a pro tip. The 78253 zip code is one of the top performing appreciation corridors in the metro over the past 5 years. Buyers who got in at $280,000 in 2020 are sitting on significant equity today. Neighborhood number 6, Leon Valley. Leon Valley is the most underrated neighborhood on this list. It's an incorporated city with its own police department, which consistently produces crime statistics well below the San Antonio metro average. Northside ISD schools are here, and a price point that is genuinely acceptable for the first-time homebuyers and military families in 2026. Leon Valley sits approximately 10 minutes from the South Texas Center corridor, one of the largest medical employment centers in the United States. If you work in healthcare and need safety, good schools, and a reasonable commute at an accessible price point, Leon Valley deserves serious consideration. Here's another insider tip. The stretch of 78240 near USAA campus is one of the highest value corridors in this price range. Homes here tend to hold value exceptionally well because of the employment density on all sides. Neighborhood number 7, Schertz. Schertz rounds out this list as the top choice for military families assigned to Randolph Air Force Base, and for good reason. The Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD is one of the most highly regarded school districts in the region. The city has invested significantly in public safety, and the price range puts home ownership within reach for E6 through O4 pay grades with a VA loan. It's also one of the fastest growing cities in the entire San Antonio metro, which means the community infrastructure, restaurants, and retail are keeping pace with the demand. Here's another pro tip. For our military and our veterans, VA loans with 0 down are exceptionally powerful in Schertz's price range in 2026. If you're active duty or a veteran, run the VA numbers before you assume renting makes more sense. In many cases, buying in Schertz at today's prices beats renting by a significant margin. Neighborhood number 8, Garden Ridge. This is the I didn't know this existed segment. Garden Ridge is a small incorporated city of about 5,000 residents in Comal County, sitting right between San Antonio and New Braunfels on Interstate 35, 20 miles north of downtown San Antonio, 12 miles south of New Braunfels, and about a 25 to 30 minute drive to either one depending on traffic. It was incorporated in 1972 by a group of about 200 residents who, and I love this, specifically did not want to follow the rules of San Antonio or Schertz. They had a vision for what their community would be: large lots, mature trees, natural hill country landscape, and a genuine small town feel. They call it naturally home. In October 2025, Garden Ridge received the Bronze Scenic City designation from the Scenic Texas Certification Program. That's not a marketing slogan, that's a recognized standard. Garden Ridge is served by Comal ISD, the same highly rated district that serves Boerne, Canyon Lake, New Braunfels, and others. Strong academics, consistently high ratings, and a community that genuinely invests in its schools. The median household income in Garden Ridge is approximately $141,000. The median home value is around $650,000 to $750,000. These are not entry-level home numbers. This is an affluent, established community where residents choose to stay. And the crime statistics reflect exactly that. Garden Ridge has a livability score of 83 and is ranked among the best places to live in Texas. Here's a pro tip. Garden Ridge sits right on the I-35 corridor between San Antonio and New Braunfels, which means you get hill country living with genuine access in both directions. San Antonio for work, New Braunfels for the river and the vibe. It's a hard combination to beat. I'll give you one more insider tip. Garden Ridge is predominantly a residential community. There is not a lot of retail within the city limits by design. Residents choose that trade-off deliberately. Everything you need is a short drive to Schertz, Selma, or New Braunfels. The peace and quiet inside Garden Ridge is the point. Have you heard of Garden Ridge before in this video? Drop yes or no in the comments. I'm genuinely curious of how many people outside of San Antonio know this community even exists. 8 neighborhoods, all safe, all established, all worth serious consideration depending on your budget, your lifestyle, and your priorities in 2026. Here's the honest truth about neighborhood research. The safest neighborhood for your family is the one that matches your budget, your commute, your school priorities, and your lifestyle, not just the one with the lowest crime statistics on a website. All 8 of these neighborhoods cleared every bar I set for safety in 2026. But which one is right for you specifically? That's a conversation, not a YouTube video. And it's a conversation I have every single week with families moving to San Antonio from all over the country. If you're relocating to San Antonio in 2026 and you want a personalized neighborhood recommendation based on your actual budget, your commute, and your family's priorities, call or text me at 210-286-9106. I do this every day and I genuinely love to help you land in the right place. If this video gave you value, hit the like and subscribe buttons right below. I put out a new San Antonio real estate video every single week with market data, neighborhood guides, relocation tips, and everything a moving family needs to make smart decision in 2026. Download your free relocation guide below and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss next week. The 5 biggest mistakes people make when relocating to San Antonio and how to avoid every single one of them. Subscribe before that one drops. I'm Art Meister, and remember, who you work with matters. Bye for now.